Alrighty, y'all. Hello and welcome back to another episode of some of the best sounding cars ever. This one has been highly requested, especially after the last video we did a few days ago about the Porsche 935. That was a joy to learn about and, of course, hear with that amazing sound. Now, this car is the Porsche 917. I mean, this thing is absolutely crazy. I've been told this thing has a flat 12. So not just a flat 6 like, most Porsches are known for. No. A flat 12. That's actually insane. I cannot wait to see what that actually sounds like and learn a little bit more about this. So let's go ahead and dive right into this thing. I am actually super stoked. We're going to be looking at some various clips and, of course, info about the vehicle, some pictures, that kind of thing. Let's just sit back, relax, and have some fun. Porsche 917. Here we go. Let me just say right away, this thing is absolutely wild looking. I'm probably gonna say that a lot. But you see how the door swings completely open, like really back like that. It's not like at an angle, doesn't swing out, like it's totally open. Just an interesting detail. But yeah, the bodywork on this thing is wild. And then it's so interesting in the back because it has like pretty much the fattest tires you could think of. I mean, it literally looks like a dragster, like it's made for the drag strip when you just look at the tires. Obviously, these have tread in them, but you get my point. They're really, really wide. And you can see them because there's basically no rear end on this thing, right? It's super big and all exposed, and it gives this really intimidating kind of raw look to it. It's a weird looking car, but it's awesome. And yeah, that thing sounds violent. Oh my. May I say, it's a lot smaller than I thought. Because that open back end, it kind of looks like big and intimidating, right? This car's actually short. Like these guys are bent over, bent down, pushing this thing backwards. And look at how tiny it looks next to these guys. That's actually crazy. What a machine, though. Yo, that thing looks absolutely bizarre. Here we go. Okay. Whoa. That was a flyby. Come on. Sound warning. One more time. Here we go. Wow. Totally different than the 935 we saw last episode. That was a great vehicle. I said it was one of the best. I actually said it was the best Porsche I've ever heard. It sounded great. This sounds great as well, and it's actually totally different. This sounds chaotic, man. That thing rushed by and sounded like violence. This is a freaky car. This is one of those cars that my jaw drops and I see it and I'm like, okay, that is a badass machine. And at the same time, even as a just ultimate car guy, like I love the thought of driving all these awesome cars. This is intimidating. I think I'd be afraid to even try and drive this thing. This thing just looks too wild. Can I mention, amazing that it sounds like that. And this is a late 60s, early 70s car. Jeez, it sounds hella exotic. So a great starter and ignition sound there. Fires right to life. I mean, look at the guts of this thing. That's a crazy engine in there. And look at how tight it looks. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about, am I able to drive it? Am I intimidated to drive it? No. Scratch all that. I'm a big dude, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm fitting in here. This thing looks, I mean, looks can be deceiving, but some cars look small and they're actually pretty big inside, but I'm going to lean towards this looks small, and it is small. That looks like a very tight fit in there. This car is freaky, man. God, it sounds so divine, though. That is a great sound. What a machine, dude. Oh my God, it froze up. It freezes up there on the original video then. That's weird. Is it me, or does this guy, speaking of not fitting in there, does this guy's helmet look like it's literally pressed against the glass? That's kind of freaky. This car freaks me out, man. It's awesome and scary at the same time. Okay, this thing in the wet, you saw the rain, the water coming off the tires? No thanks. Wow. Yo. This thing sounds insane, dude. Nice 4 GT sitting in front of it too. What an era, man. Jeez. God, that thing is freaking awesome. The thing actually looks kind of weird from the back. I mean, the whole car like hides, like you can't even see it. You just see wheels. Look at this thing's speed. God. A flat 12. That thing. Yo, that Porsche has a freaking attitude. Alrighty, we're gonna be looking at some in-car as well. Hell yeah. This is a, oh my God, look at how tight it is in there. So it looks like pretty much kind of a central driving position. That you can see the crazy design, right? The real swooping, kind of bubbly window design here. Oh man, yo, those shifts sound real good. That is crisp. This is Laguna Seca. It's gotta be. Here's a corkscrew. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo. It's a hell of a drop. Oh man. When he puts the throttle down, you can hear that engine. You can hear it just start roaring, right? When that engine gets under load, it is such a satisfying sound. Very exotic and very smooth again. I mean, I said that in the last video. I feel like Porsches, I just associate smooth with Porsche. Like, they always sound very healthy and smooth. It's hard to describe. Is that another 917 ahead of him? It might be. Kind of looks like it. Rolling through the gears in that is absolutely freaking nuts. Yeah, those are other 917s. Maybe not the one in front, but the yellow and the blue Golf Porsche, yeah, for sure is. Damn, props to these drivers. This thing looks like a handful. That's not a knock on the car. That's just the truth. The thing obviously looks and sounds like a beast, but it doesn't look easy. I mean, this thing looks like it would be a handful. Damn. Sounds so nice, though, from in the car. It looks scary to me, man. I would be too freaked out to drive this. This is a really long video too. Remember, all these will be linked in the description. I'm only looking at very little clips of long videos. So make sure to check out the original channels and the original videos in their entirety. This is a fun car to research, man. I tell you what. I will definitely have to try this in one of the racing sims soon. I'll have to see which one's it in. So yeah, I mean, sound is a 10 out of 10 for me. The real question is, does this sound better than 935 that we heard last video? And that's going to be a tough choice, man. So that 935, especially with the boost coming on, sounded amazing as well. I don't know if you can choose there. I mean, they're both Porsches. They're both amazing, historic race cars for them. So I'm going to go with they just both sound awesome. I don't know if you can really outrank one over the other. I could say they're both intimidating as hell, and I guess I'd rather drive the 935 if I got the choice, right? I'm just too scared of this thing. But yeah, I mean, total sound, if we go to the whole package, right? Just that little hint of exoticness, and it's a flat 12 and just an absolutely crazy, monstrous looking car. I guess I'm going to give the edge to the 917. I mean, this thing is just ridiculous in the best way. I mean, just take a look at that, especially in that Golf livery. Golf liveries always look good, man. That classic super faint blue. And then, of course, the old school numbers like that and the orange. It's just such a cool look on this car. The quick bits, it ranged from either a 4.5 liter all the way to a 5 liter flat 12 with either a 4-speed manual or a 5-speed manual. I want to point out something really crazy. The height is only 37 inches. That is extremely small, because the only reason I know that's really low is because I think most standard vehicles would probably be something around 55 to 60 inches. Maybe 50 inches on a lower car. And of course, trucks are going to be way above that, right? I mean, we're used to really big cars here in the U.S., of course. But I know that a low car would be around 40 inches only because I do know from this era, some American car history, right, is that the Ford GT40 of this era, I think, if I remember right, the name GT40 literally, it was 40 inches tall. It was really low. And that car is badass, by the way. And I don't even know if that's pure American. I'd have to brush up on my history there. I don't know if that was a joint venture between somewhere in Europe and America or what. I don't know. But yeah, Ford GT40, really low car at 40 inches. This thing is at 37 inches. It sounds like to me this was even lower than a Ford GT40. So this thing is really low to the ground, really wide. It's just a wild looking car, man. And then some other crazy things is this, started out around 520 horsepower, but could go all the way up to a 630 horsepower. And then finally, there was a lot of variants, which I didn't realize. Here's the original 917. And you can kind of see the more simple design in it, right? You have this 917 PA. This thing looks scary as hell because you're just out in the open. So this looks even freakier to me. I think this is the best looking one, the 917K. This thing is awesome, right? And this is what I would think of, I guess, if when you say Porsche 917, I'm going to think of this one as a default. Now, this was shelved, but this was a, I guess, prototype they were tossing around, which was in 1971. They were going to do this version, which would have been a 16-cylinder. How freaking bonkers crazy were they going to get with this car? My God. Here's another version of the 917K with some extra bodywork. Kind of just looks a little more exotic even so. And of course in that Martini livery, it looks pretty cool as well. Looks really clean and white. Then we have the 917 LH. This thing looks awesome. Looks kind of funny with the rear tire kind of covered up. It's like even more of an extreme aero design, I guess. Of course, with the, big wing, raised wing here. You can see it next to another 917 over there. I mean, this one looks pretty different. I'm not a fan of it as looks-wise, but I'm sure it indeed had a purpose. And then you even had other versions, like this Can-Am version also here, which is open cockpit, which is crazy. And then if we just look at the 917K in particular, get some final shots. I mean, look at how gorgeous this car is, man. If I go here. I mean, holy smokes. I mean, what a freaking animal is this thing. Look at it in red. Looks spectacular. Look at it head on. I don't think I've actually seen a shot of it head on. I mean, that is just a bizarre looking car. I noticed there's different Gulf paint jobs too. The all blue one with just a thin orange stripe, and then some of these with like the more orange incorporated. I think I like this one the best. This one, just the whole package with that livery and everything. Damn, that is a good looking car. Of course, look at these. That's probably the best picture right there. Look at them all together. So yeah, that's the Porsche 917. Thank you for the suggestions. This was highly requested, and it did not disappoint. That is an amazing car with a crazy sound. I will definitely brush up learning more of its history and its heritage and how it performed, and stuff like that, and any stats and stories and that type of thing you'd like to share. If you've gotten to see and hear this thing in person, that type of thing, please let me know in the comments. I'm all ears. And of course, keep up your great suggestions. That was awesome. What a beast. I hope you enjoyed it. I do appreciate you watching. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. About all I got for you in this one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.